Okay, so working more in the shed that we leveled up a couple weeks ago when I put the video up. This week we're not replacing but covering the existing roof with steel. This shed is 15 or 20 years old. The roof's been up here the entire time. We got one rotten section we have to remove the shingles from and put new decking down, but the rest of the roof is fairly solid and doesn't leak. So we're going to just cover it over, put purlins down, and put steel roofing on top of it. So it's a good little project. It's small, so it shouldn't take us. We should be able to do it this weekend. But it kind of would show you the process on doing it on a full-size building, just scaled down. With this type of thing, there's a number of different ways. Some people just put the steel right on top of the shingles. Some people put the purlins down like we do. Some people put tar paper down. So there's a number of different ways to do it. This isn't a heated building, so we're not worried so much about the sweating that you would have on a heated building. But we're gonna get started. My father-in-law has been cleaning the roof off of all the moss and stuff growing up on it, and we'll start with that, and then I'll bring you in when we start doing purlins. So we cut out the section of plywood that was junk to where the plywood is good over here, and we're going to replace the section of plywood. The mice have been in here for 20 years now. I have the second wheelbarrow full of crap from them. So there's a little bit of rot on one of those cross pieces right there in the middle, but half of it's solid. This isn't really very much load bearing, actually any load bearing, so it should be okay. The plywood behind it and the boards underneath it are solid, so we're going to leave it in place and just put a new piece of 1/2-inch plywood down, and then we'll start from the bottom and start working our way up. I removed most of the moss from the roof, and we've sprayed a bleach spray on there a couple times, so we'll get to it. Okay, so we put tar paper down over the shingles on this bottom course because we pulled off the shingles for that section, and we're not going to do that the rest of the way up. We're going to put purlins on top of this, and the rest of the way up we'll put tar paper over the purlins, which is the way we've done all of our other roofs. So only place we're doing tar paper directly on shingles is right here, just because we didn't have shingles underneath that bottom section. I don't know if it's needed or not, but I figure it can't hurt anything. We're going to run this up, and then the top half of the tar paper is just floating right now. When we put the purlin down and nail that in place, it'll hold it in place, and we'll see how it works. So now it's time to install some purlins. So we have the purlins down for the lower section. That's over the tar paper. The rest of the way up we're going to be putting tar paper over the top of the purlins. We just put it down in the lower section because we pulled off all those shingles. So we have 2 purlins for the lower section, and we have drip edge. That's why we have boards running up and down on the ends, so you have something to nail them to with the drip edge. The middle section will have 3 purlins across, and the top will probably have 4 or 3, and we're not sure yet. When we get up there, we'll figure it out. Yeah, it's a 22-foot roof, or yeah, I think it's 22 foot. So we have a 10-footer and a 12-footer for each cross horizontal piece. When I'm all done, I'll go over the cost on it. Our cost is higher than it could be because we have a lot of extra pieces that you could actually omit if you just wanted to do it on a tighter budget. So we have the lower section done, except for the last piece we have to cut to length. And one of the keys on doing steel roofing is to work from one end to the other. Don't screw one side and go to the other side because you'll get a bubble. So you want to kind of work from like left to right, put both screws in up and down, and work your way across. It'll keep it flat. Unlike shingles, you're kind of whatever angle you start with, you're kind of stuck with finishing it. So you want to keep it square. The tar paper, we used a white line on it, which was fairly square. So it lines up well. Underneath that we have a drip edge, and over the ends we'll have a drip edge that goes over the top. That's why we have those purlins that run up the sides. So we have something to screw into. So we got to reverse the blade on the saw so we can cut the steel, and I'm not going to have recording on that because it's really, really loud. So back to work. Well, we're just going to show you the lower drip edge we put underneath the, let me zoom out here so you can see, the roofing from the top. So the upper roofing that goes on the the vertical section will overlap that drip edge and should keep any water from backing up behind it. And then on the top, between the top roof and the side roof, we'll have another drip edge that goes underneath the top roof and over the side roof. I'll show you that when we get to it. We're just getting ready to put the last piece of tar paper for the side up. We got the purlins all the way up to the top for this one side, which is all we're going to get done today. But I wanted to show you that before I covered it up. So, we'll be back. Okay, so here you can see the sides in place, and that lower drip edge I talked about goes behind that horizontal piece, and now there's another drip edge on top you can see from here. All we have left to do is the roof, the top section. So we're just drilling those out right now. Once that's done, we'll be done for the day, and next week we will finish up the other half. Okay, so that's it for today. We have the one half of the building done. We have to do the edge trim pieces on the front and the back. We'll do those last. But yeah, we got this was the side of the roof that was the worst side because of that lower section. And we're supposed to have a week of rain. So I'm hoping to come down next weekend to do it, but it might rain, so I might not get, can't put roofing up in the rain. Cost-wise, if anyone's curious, the actual, just the roofing portion of the roof was only about $290. But the rest of the stuff, all the trim pieces and the ridge cap, and there's foam that goes underneath the steel roofing to keep bugs and stuff from crawling up inside of it. That added to about $300, so it adds up to about $650 to do. This is a 12 by 24 with a lot of roof due to the shape of the roof. This is made again by our Amish neighbors who have a press to make this pattern. It's the same pattern you can get at Home Depot. So if you know, if we need a piece made and they were to go out of business, it's compatible with that stuff. We got our nails from them for this, color matched. We didn't do it this time because we actually have used green roofing in the past, and we had some leftover nail or screws. We screw all these in, and you know, should last basically forever. You know, it's a other metal roofs we've had up for 20 years. They don't wear out. They might look old, but we can go up and scrub them and make them look halfway decent again. They won't fail usually for, they call it a 100-year roof. So, and one other thing, you know, my most popular video to date, the one I did a couple weeks ago about the guest cabin, I mentioned that Odie has cancer. He's down here with us this week. This will be his last week at the cabin. He, yeah, he's had a rough week, and I wanted to bring him down one more time, but he's spending his entire week on the porch because he doesn't feel like he doesn't want to walk around too much. So this week I will take him to the vet to get put down, and I'll bring him back here this week to bury him. So thanks for all the well wishes about him. You know, he's 12 years old, and it is what it is. But I'd like to thank everyone for all the well wishes. Yeah. So until next time, thanks for watching.